we have seen background and then scenario outline. Right. Today's class will start with the data table. Right. What is data table? Right. If you want to data table, we will use mostly right when you want to suppose fill the form. Right. I want to fill the form. Right. I want to use the first name, last name, email. Right. Like this. I want to fill the form. Or you want to do a bulk inputs or table validations, right? Suppose you have inserted the data. I want to validate from the DB, same data. Right. In those cases, we will go with the data tables. So data tables you used when you want to pass the set of structured data. Right. How you will pass a data table? Right. So far we have seen scenario outline. Right. We have seen dynamic parameterization. We have seen by using parameterization we can pass the data or scenario outline. Right. If you want to execute same scenario multiple times. But I don't want to execute multiple times, but I want to pass some data. I want to fill the form. I want to pass the data. Right. Yesterday we have taken one example, right? Add multiple items to the cart. Right. This is one of the step. Right. This is just a one of the step entire scenario. I want to log into the application. Right. And then I want to select the products, then add to the cart. That is one of the step. In one of the step, I want to add what items I want to add. I want to add these items. Right. A laptop, smartphone, or headphones. Right. These things. Right. Under the step, any step are given when then under any step, we can write down like this. Right. We have to give the pipelines. Right. In scenario outline also, we have seen, right, we have to give the pipelines, right. Each column will separate with the pipeline. Each value column separated with the pipeline. Right. Here also, data table also same thing. Right. How to give? We have to give in between the pipeline. We can give the data. That means I want to add these products to the cart. Right. Then yesterday, what we have done, we have created right step like right feature file. We have created purchase items from Amazon. Right. Add multiple items to the cart. Add multiple items to the cart. Here, see, I have directly written actually how the step will be. Uh, right, I am logged into the application maybe. Right, I am on the right. See, I logged in. I logged in as a user with username and then password. Right, then when the user adds the following. Right. This is the first step, right? We can use multiple users. I want to verify with the multiple users how the are we able to add these items to the cart or not. Right. When the user adds, then user proceed to the checkout and then validate it. Right. We can use both whens or thens, but we have to given when then user checkout proceed to the checkout and we can have a and the cart should be contain the following items. Right, whatever I added to the cart, it should be I want to validate same thing is added or not. Then this is what this is. It will repeat the entire scenario. Entire scenario it will repeat two times with this credentials. I want only one. Suppose I want only one. We can keep it only one. Right. In future, you want to test with the multiple users. Right, just we can add simple one more row, same functionality. Right, whenever you get scenarios like that, I want to test the same scenario with multiple test data. Just add an example section and then keep it one row. That's it. No need to create the entire right copy. Don't copy paste entire scenario again for simple change. Right. Okay, fine. That's fine. Ours is data table. Under any step, we can give the data. Right here, we have given laptop, smartphone, headphones. Right, fine. Then I want to just dry run with this, whether all the steps are implemented or not, how you will verify? Dry run true, we can keep it and then run it. Then it will verify all the steps are, just it will verify, it will not run anything, just it will verify. There is a one step is not implemented. What is the step? I am logged into the user, this one. Right, we can copy that and then go to purchase items. Right, right. If login is common for all, suppose see, there is a, we will get a login is common for all the scenarios, right? Then we no need to create in all the steps, right? In that case, what we can do, same step we can use it, right? Same step, whatever we have added in the login, right? Which one where we have added? Right, right, this one. I enter the valid username and password. Right. In each step, we no need to create it differently. Right. So what we can do in the purchase also, right? Same thing we can reuse it. Right. Same thing we can reuse it. Right. What we can do here, we will change that, replace it. Right. If login scenario, if there is a different functionality is different, suppose maybe functionality itself is different, then we can write it. But same login, don't create in each feature, right? In each step definition, don't create the login, right? This is common. Already we have a login steps, right? It will execute automatically this login code, right? Just we need to match this step. That's it. In the purchase items, just we have to reuse it. It will execute, it will find and it will execute. See, if you control and click, it will go here automatically. It will execute automatically. Right, whether it is a given, when or then, it will execute automatically. No need to match given and given, when and when. Right, it will execute. Right, now if you run it, dry run again. Right, it got matched all. Right, there is no issue. Now again, we need to keep it as a false. Right, otherwise our test cases will not run. Now come to purchase items. Right, if you want to see how this is reading, right, in the step definition, what we have run, right, in the step definition, we have data table. Data table, we are reading the data. It will inject from the future file to step definition in the form of data table. It will inject in the form of data table. Right, just we'll see in the debug mode so that you will understand more. Right, just debug it. Okay, fine. See, if you right, how to see, if you mouse over, see data table has a data. Now, how to read that data? We can read in the form of list. Right, data table dot as list. So next, how to go to next step? Debugging F6. Right, if you press F6, it will go to next line. Right, so it is came in the form of list. Right, it is converted to list in the form of data table to, it is converted to list. Just we are printing. If you press F6, just we are printing one by one. First one is laptop. Right, then here we can write a logic to add the all the items to the cart. Right, this is the first one. In the data table, we will have a multiple. This is the one of the form. Right, this is one of the form. We can give like this data table. And suppose I want to fill the form, right? Username, password, right? Email, right? Like this also we will have, right? Not only like this, we will have form also, right? In that case, how to pass the data, right? In those cases, okay. Then we can create one more a feature file, um, register, maybe. Okay, register. Let me delete it again. Okay, register. register to the something, register to the maybe what we can do, Naukri application, right? Naukri. Okay, then what we want to add create a user. Scenario outline is create new user. Right. Then given what given I am on the registration page. Right. Given I am on the registration page, but we don't require these things. Right. Then what I have to do, I have to enter the data. Right. I want to enter the data. I am on the registration phase. I enter the okay registration following details. Okay. Something, some meaningful name. Just give it, and then we'll create a first name, last name. See in the right pipe symbol. Right. Everything we have to give in the pipe symbol only data. This is header. First name, last name, email, password. Right. If you have multiple, separate with the pipe symbol and do it. Add it. Right. We can add the right some dummy email. Right. Then password. Right. Something. Right. Like this. We can give like this. Then we can write whatever. I click on the registration button, and then I should see the successful registration. Okay. Now how to read this one? How to read this data? Right. How to read this data? Right. Now we have to create the right step definition file. Right. Okay, registration steps. I think registration step definition. Usually we'll keep it as a step definition. Okay. Now if I want to generate the step definitions for this, what we have to do? Just go to our runner file and then runner file and then change to registration.feature. Right. Registration.feature and then dry run equal to true. Right. Then it will generate the steps. What happened suddenly? Duplicate step definition. Where is the duplicate steps? One second. I think we have created registration step definition. Registration. Where is this? Right. Copy pasted. Right. Just delete everything. Right. It should not have a duplicate step. See, it is validating across all the step definition. If it is a duplicate, it is what it is saying. It is saying duplicate. Right. If we have a duplicate step definition also, it is not running. Right. So it should be across all the step definition. Step should be unique. Right now, come to our runner file, registration.feature, try and keep it as a true, and then run it. What else? Illegal argument, illegal argument exception. What is that? Name is wrong. Not registration, right? Register.feature, we have register. Right, based on the exception, we have to understand. Otherwise, right, it will take a lot of time to figure out. Right, it is generated those steps. Just copy those things. Come here. Just paste those things. How to import? Control Shift O. Right, it will import automatically. Delete all these things we don't require. Okay, fine. Then we no need to package import. Right, we no need to write like this. Just import it. Okay, fine. Right, I am on the Just we'll add the system.out. Then navigating to the registration page, and then how to read the data. Right now, how to read the data from the data table. Right. Suppose if I use data table dot previously what we have used as right list. Right. In the purchase items, what we have used as list. Suppose if I use as list, what will happen? Right. It will return what it will return list of string, but that will not right. How it will come? Suppose you may get a doubts, right? List of string. If I use like this or something data. Okay. Right. Now how it will come? Right. Just quickly right. Keep it dry and false. Debug it. Right. Close everything if it is not required. Right. Registration steps open. Keep the debug point here. Okay. Debug it. Right. If you debug it, we'll see. If you point to as list, now how it will come. Let's see immediately it is saying some exception. Right. What is the exception? Undefined data table cannot convert data table to list of string because that is not a list of string. That is not a list of strings. Right. We will see. We will see one more is as lists. Right. One more is as list. As list means list of list. It is reading as a list of list. I will tell you easy one, right? We'll see all the options, then we will get the what is the benefit of remaining. Right? If we get the list of list, okay, it is reading. How it is reading? List of list. That means there are two rows. First row is the header row. Second row is the data row. Second row is the data row. Right. Just we'll see how to read the list. List. This is a list object. Right. Again, we will get each one by one data. We can read the data like this. We'll again run it in a debug mode. Right, I am telling in debug mode so that you will understand more. Right, we came list of list. We are reading the first row. Right, we came into first row. First row is what? Right, header row. 0, 1, 2. Right, we have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Right, we have a 4 columns. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. We have to print as a 4 rows. Right, it is difficult, right? If you want to, suppose tomorrow I have increased. Right, maybe I have increased in registration one more field. Right, suppose in between I have added one more row. What will happen? You have written index based. You are thinking zero is the first name, one is the last name, email is the second one. Suppose in middle I have added. Right, then what will happen? Order will change. Right, tomorrow suddenly what will happen? It will fail. Right, it will fail. So it's not a better choice. List of list is not a better choice because there is a chances of failing the script. Right. If we suddenly add in between any data. So what else? What we can do? We can go with the right. One more option. Right. Map option. Right. As map. What it will return? List of map. It will return the list of maps. Okay. Something will keep it as a data map. Right. A list of map. Now, what is the advantage of it if it has a list of map? We can iterate list, right? How to iterate? We can use the for each loop, one by one list we can get. What is the list type? Map. We can get one by one map. Here advantage is, right, see row dot get username. Right, I can keep it as a, this header as a key. Header as a key. We have to give the key, this one, first name. Right, first name. Right, same key we have to give. Right, last name. Right, like this. What else we have? Email. Right, email. Right, like this, we can get it. What is the advantage of it? If we add in middle also, right? If we add in middle also, there is no problem because it is not an index. Right, it is a by using the column name we are getting, right? See, if we getting by using the column name, wherever it is same column name we will use it. Whether it is a first row, first column, second column, third column, if I shift in between, if I add any columns also, there is no issue because we are reading by using the header, right? That is the advantage of if we go with the maps, right? If we go with the list, right, there is a issues with the index. So here we will not get any issues if we add in between also, right? This is the best option as maps, right? Whenever you have a scenario like this, right? Header row data, we can add any number of rows. You want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Any number of rows we can add. Just it will convert to list of map. Right, it will read one by one row. Right, currently we have only one row, so it will iterate one row. If we have two rows, two rows. Right, that is the advantage of as maps. Right, this is one more data we can read from data table. Right, there is a one more way. There is a one more way. Right, we can also create our own object. Own object. That means what? Instead of map, right? I want to create my own. Suppose I want to create a registration object or user object. I want to convert this data to, I want to populate this data to class, some class. Right, then what we can do, right, just make it as a first name, last name, email, password. Right, then we can create a one Pojo class. Right, just one Pojo class, just how to create, we can create a one package. Right, we can say beans or Pojos, anything. Then we can make it as a okay registration data. Right here we can create something private string first name. Right, we can create last name and then email and then what else we have, password. Password. Right, and then just to create the getter and setter methods. How to create? Right click, go to source, generate getter and setter methods, select all, ignore, and then also create the toString method, right, to print the data. Otherwise, what will happen if you print the object, hash code will print. Right, we have to override this toString to see the data. Right now, what we can do, we come to registration steps. Okay, let me comment this. Okay, right here we can do registration. Which class? Class name, registration data, registration. Registration. Okay, registration data as list, data table dot as list, registration dot class, and then give in the right side also registration data. Okay. Now what will happen? It will populate data into the user object. Right, we'll see. Same thing is working or not. Run in a debug mode. Okay, now F6, what is happened? There is some issue. What is the issue? Cannot convert data to equal to registration data. What is the issue? There was no table entry or table transformer register. Please consider registering a table entry. There is a submission. Okay, what is the issue? A class we have created, and then okay, data table, and then just we have iterated. Okay, given maybe naming convention I am thinking. Okay, let me check naming convention, just we'll see. Okay, we have to give maybe first name, title small, email, and then password. Okay, same thing, I think first name, last name, email. Then we'll see. Okay, I think still I am getting issue. What is the issue? Cannot convert a data table list of cannot convert data table to list of registration data. Okay, I did not understand. Okay, what we can do? We can take the help of our ChatGPT. Right, how to use it? Just copy it. It will tell us what is the issue. Right, like this in real time also we will use same thing only. Right, Cucumber is unable to map data table from future file your registration class because no table entry transformer. What it is saying, steps to fix assume registration data looks like, and then data table transformer. Okay. Okay, I think maybe oh it is asking like in different way. Table username password we have key points. It is saying data table we have to map it. Maybe I think new it is maybe older version, maybe it is. In newer version, I think it is the same. We need to add. We'll see. Otherwise, I will verify it if it not works. If it is working, that's fine. Okay, data table type. We set first name, set last name. Right, I think same name we have to give. What is the naming convention also? Set first name, last name, email, password. Set the data, and then again, what is the step it is saying? I think it is a directly we can do list of registration data directly. We'll see how it will work. I will check this data table also. What is the issue? Currently, if I spend a lot of time that time, I will separately I will analyze that why it is not happened. Okay, we'll check this. Debug it, running. Is it coming? Yes, it's coming. Right, it's populated. Right, maybe I will check that. Is there any changes in the version? We are using a new version, right? Maybe it's not working. I will check on that. But this is the one more way. If I want to convert, right, our data to, I want to map data to the poser class. That means user defined class. Then what are the steps we have to do? Right, here instead of data table, directly we can give the list of registration data. Directly list of registration data. And then additionally, we have to keep it as a one method data. It will call automatically, right? It will call automatically. Suppose if we keep debug point here, right, it will call automatically. Right, see, it will call automatically and then it will populate the data into the registration data, right? This method will be called, we are getting one map object. From the map we are getting and we are again storing in the registration data. Again, we are storing it to registration data. But right, we can also do manually, right? Already we have seen, we can get the list of map already, right? We can also do it, right? But it is just automatically calling. But instead of this, it will call. I will see data table. That is the good one. Instead, additionally here, see, we are writing a one method to populate the data to map to object. One method is additionally needed. Instead of that, already we have as map. As map is we can also map it. Right. We can call simply this method itself. Right. Convert method instead of both are same only. But this is one of the way. Right. These are the multiple ways we can use the data table concept. Right. Right. Multiple ways. We can convert to list. We can convert to map, or we can convert to project class, our custom class. Right. Then as list, as map, as list. Right. Ra means it will return a list of list only. Right. This is the right. Not required. This is a list of list because index issues are there. So always go with the map only. My suggestion is go with the map only. Right. Then what else? Next one. This parameterization already we have seen. All right. Cucumber expressions, regular expressions. We know these techniques. Hooks. Right. Very next one. Very important topic. Hooks. Right. What are the hooks? Right. If you have an idea about the test engine. Right. If you have idea about the test engine, right, we know before method, before test, after method, after test. Right. Those will execute automatically before executing our test case. Right. Before executing our test case, it will execute automatically. Right. Similarly, like here also we have a hooks concepts. Right. What are the hooks? Hooks is a special block of code run before each before scenario, before executing the scenario, after executing the scenario. Right, before executing or after executing. If you want to create the driver object, our Selenium driver object, right, for each test case, I will create in the before, I will close it in the after. Right. Similar here, hooks are like this. It will run, these hooks will run automatically before running the each scenario and after completing the scenario. Right, then how to use it? What are the different hooks we have? Right, we have a before hook, after hook, before step, after step. Before hook means it will run for each before starting the scenario. Before starting the scenario. After hook, it will run after the scenario. That means what? Right, in the registration, I have a before starting my first step, before hook will run. After executing the last step, after hook will execute. If I have a multiple scenarios, right? If I have multiple scenarios, right? Then what will happen if we have multiple scenarios? It will execute multiple times. Suppose I have a one more scenario, right? One more scenario. Right now, what will happen? Before will execute for this one, this one. After will execute for this one and this one. Right? For each scenario, before and after execute, after will execute. And then before step, after step. Before step, after step. These things what each step. That means for each and every step, it will execute. Each and every step, before step and after step will execute. Right, let me create okay, class hooks. Right, hooks class. Okay, one is the before and then one more is the after hook. Import from the Cucumber. Right, it is coming from JUnit also. We have to use Cucumber. io.cucumber.java before. after also. Right? If you by mistake if you execute JUnit1, it will not execute. Right, before and then after. This before and after will execute for each scenario. Suppose if I, right, we have currently registration scenario, right? We will run it. What happened? Right click and run. Why it's not printing? What happened? For register dot feature. Okay. Step definition. Why it's not executing? Debug it. Okay. It's running, but why it's not coming? Anything? Okay. What might be the issue? Hooks, because of hooks it is up. Okay, just let me delete it because of, right, we need to, if you any issue coming like this, whatever steps we have, what changes we have done, we have to take backup of it, just to do it, run it again. Maybe because of that is it happening or any other things, but not because of hooks, and because so far it executed, right? Okay, let me delete this one also. There might be something we have done suddenly. What? Okay. Okay. Okay, I think there is a step not implemented. Okay, that is in different feature file. Okay, features, then register dot feature. Why it is not executing? Register dot feature. Okay, not executing. Login. Okay, login is working, but registration is an issue. What is the issue? Register dot feature not executing. Why? What we have done? Mistake here. Just now it is executed. Okay, leave it to this one. We'll go with the login. Okay, right. It is issues will come. That is the issue with the Cucumber. If you want to work with the Cucumber, suddenly issue will come. Right, it will take time. Okay, fine. We'll see. Now how to get it back? You can control Z. It will come automatically. Deleted file. Right. You can control Z it. It will come automatically. Right now, if you see, but what is the step? Right, we are unable to see that hooks step. What is the setting up before scenario? Right, see, setting up before scenario, and then once it is done, it will call teardown. Right, this is one scenario, and second scenario. Right, for each scenario running, before it will execute a setup, after it will execute the after. Now we have one more before step. Right, we can have a before step and then after step. Right, these things for each and every step it will execute. Right, these will when to use it. Right, these things we can create the driver object, but these things we have to loggers. Right, for each step you want to verify whether, right, successfully, right, our step is executed. We can use the loggers for it. Right, come to again runner file, execute it. Okay, executing before step and then executing after step. But executing again before step, after step, before and after. Each and every step it will execute. Each and every step, right? We can execute this before and after. Right, and also we can pass some parameters also. Uh, right, we can pass scenario. We can pass the scenario object. By using this, right, we can read some day, right? If you want to read any data scenario name, if you want to read what is the ID of the scenario, these are all we can do. If we have any tags in the scenario, we can read what is the status. Status means before it will, we don't have anything, right? After only we will get the status. We have to see if you want to verify after this, right? Scenario dot is failed. Right, if it is failed, if you want to attach the screenshot, right, or something you want to do, we can do it. And I think before and after step also we can we can inject the scenario. We can inject the scenario, and then here also we can, I think we can validate each step pass or not, pass or fail each step. Right, if it is failed, just you want to do something, right? You want to take a screenshot or you want to log, right? A report to, right? You want to report to the log, right? We can do it that one. But that is the advantage of before step and after steps. Each step we can take runner file and then run. Right, we'll see. Okay, step is passed. See, we will get those steps here. Right, a step is passed with the login field. Right, we can log like this. Right, what are the hooks we have? We have a before, after, before step, after step. Before and after will execute for each scenario. After execute before step, after step will execute for each step. And one more thing we have at the rate, I think before all, I think similarly we have a after all. Right, it is like if you know test and G before suit, after suit. Right, these things, these two things, a lot of people don't know about it. Right, these things everyone know before and after, before step also so many people don't know. Right, before step, after step, these things 90% don't know. Right, this is will execute before executing the like a before suit, after suit. If we know the test ng before executing the first scenario, it will execute, and then after execution of all the execution of the all the scenario, then after suit will execute. We'll see whether it is executing right like that. Right, it is started see, executing before all the scenarios, and then all after executing all scenarios, executing after all the scenarios. Right, before all, after all. All right, if you want to do one time setup, that means you want to read the Excel data, JSON data. Right, if you go with right a TestNG framework, I have explained there. There we have read before suit, we have read JSON data, property file data, right, Excel data. Those things one time we have to read and copy in the object, right? From the object we will get later. Similarly, if you want to read any data, you want to do one time action, then we will go for before or after. Right. If you want to do for each scenario, we will go with the before and after. Then if you want to go with each step, then before step, after step. Right. For your entire project, you want to create only one driver. Right. Then what we will create a driver in before all and after all. If you want to create driver in for every scenario, then we will go for before and after. At each step we will not do. Right. For each only scenario wise or entire project wise we will do. Right. These are the different hooks we have in the Cucumber. And what else we have? We have a conditional hooks, that is tagged hooks. We can also call it as a conditional or tagged hooks. Right? These things we will see in the tags concept, in the next concept, because first we need to understand the tags and then we will see these tagged hooks. But up to this, I think you are able to understand, right? Any questions, right? Data tables or hooks or before concepts, anyone has anything did not understand or any questions? You can raise your hand if you have any doubts. Okay, fine. If you are okay, if you are able to understand, that's fine. That's good. Right? We'll meet tomorrow then. We'll see next concept tags. Right? All concepts are very important. Just I think we can complete. I think it will take some time, but I cannot tell 1 or 2 days. It will take at least 4 to 5 days. Right? Just attend all the classes so that you will get all the idea about the Cucumber. Okay. Thank you so much. Right? Joining the classes. Right? We'll meet tomorrow then.